Hello again. Right now what I want to do is run through the moves of installing the necessary software to play with the Patton Robotics motherboard as well as the Teensy's that they're designed to fit. And I'm going to do it slightly differently than perhaps some of the videos you've seen. First off, I already have these things installed, so I actually want to install them. But I do want to show you something that's important to pay attention to. Because the Teensy needs an additional piece of software that is the downloader for the Arduino, it would be very difficult for them to keep up exactly with the new releases of Arduino, which are constantly happening. So sometimes there's a slight delay, seldom very long. So what I'm going to suggest you do before you do anything, the first place to go is I would go to the PJRC site that makes the Teensy and see which version of Arduino they're currently supporting. And probably the easiest way to get there is simply to go to Google and type in Teensy, and from there you can go to Teensy 3.2 or 3.1 or whatever it is, and click on one of the links. Okay, so I just chose that one. This is also a little bit frustrating, but I'm pointing it out. So if you'll notice, there's over here on the left, there's some links here. And if you go to Getting Started, you say to yourself, oh, let's go to the Teensy loader, and it leads you to this website, which I don't think is the most recently supported one. You're much better. Let's get rid of all this stuff here. Come on, close up. Well, I'm going to go down here. I want you to go to Teensy Arduino. Okay. And here you're going to see a link that says download and install. Okay, this is the one I want you to install. Now, this is the line that I want you to pay attention to. Okay, Teensy Arduino 1.27 currently supports these versions of Arduino. So now that you're here and you see what it supports, it goes up to 1.6.7. I would then jump over to Arduino. And okay, cool, it's a perfect alignment, 1.6.7, everything is great. So you can now download the Windows or Linux or whatever installer you want to do. This is, I think you guys are all familiar with, you're just going to click it. I do want to show you, I'll do it briefly, but that if, for example, a new release comes out before the PJRC folks get a chance to update it, the previous releases are right here. Okay, so just click on this and go to the most recent release that the Teensy Arduino does support. But here it's the routine stuff. You would click this. I do highly recommend, what am I supposed to say? I do highly recommend that you do contribute. This is a great product, a great everything. So you know, give a little bit. I have. It's a good thing. I'm going to hit just download this time because I've already donated. What you can't see on your screen is currently I'm getting the little thing in the lower left where it's downloading. And I'm actually not going to install it. Let's go back to Teensy Arduino, but it downloaded. Here I would click on the executable, and my experience is it's been a flawless installation every time. So let's go back to the Teensy software. And I'm going to read Teensy 3.2 and here and Teensy Arduino, download and install. Okay, the Windows XP through 10 installer, it's coming up down here. Now, actually, let me minimize this so you guys can see. I'm not actually going to reinstall it, but what I am going to show you is that oftentimes, nearly every time I've done it, maybe every time I've done it, it's still uploading, it's going to need to be installed as an administrator. And if you're unfamiliar how to do that, it's extremely simple. Let's go ahead and open it in a folder. There it is. Instead of just clicking on it, I want you to right click on it and then run an administrator. And this is going to give you the clearance that you need to get all of the supporting files installed where they are. If you do not, it'll crap out. The other thing to be very aware of is when you install the Arduino software, if you go to the default location, it should be flawless, but pay attention to where it installs. This needs to be installed in the same location so they can handshake just fine. Okay? I think the rest of this is, I don't need to actually do it, I hope. But run it as an administrator and make sure it's installed in the same directory, and it will be great. And when it's done, you'll have your files open up, and for some reason, there we go, it's off my screen. Teensy Arduino. You don't actually have to open up the Teensy Arduino. I'm sorry, Arduino. Loaded up Arduino. You don't have to load up the Teensy Arduino. I'll show you then on the next video when we actually load our very first program. I will see you shortly.